Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. So we all know how the subsequent 37 can be like very smooth and nice and beautiful sounding synth. But today I wanted to show you a few tips on how you can make it a little bit more edgy and weird. Let's jump into it. So first we're gonna init the patch. You will also notice that I've put all the parameters to the minimum or like properly centered. So like this we can start on the same bass. You can hear also there is a bit of reverb because I don't really like dry synth, and for this I use the Valhalla Supermassive. It's a free VST. I will put the preset on the screen so you can get it too. And yeah, alright, so we're gonna start with the first tip, which is basically using the filter envelope in loop mode. I wanted to start by this one because it's a great tip on its own, but for all the other tips of this video, we're gonna be able to use this trick also to get things even further on the other tips. So yeah. So we're gonna stay with just one oscillator. Maybe we're gonna just keep the triangle waveform in 8. And we're gonna keep the amplitude envelope like this, so by default it's somewhere like this. And before to jump into the envelope and how to set it, we're gonna set our modulation. So we're gonna choose mode 2 to modulate the pitch with the envelope. So envelope here. And we can put keyboard reset. We can start to hear like pitch modulation. So if you can hear this pitch modulation. So here the idea is to use in loop mode. So if I press loop, it's kind of acting as LFO. So we want to have the release and the sustain to the minimum, to have just attack and decay. And you can hear now your envelope is basically a LFO, and even like a triangle LFO where the attack is kind of the rise of your triangle LFO and the decay is like the fall of your triangle LFO. So this way you can have like a triangle with more wave shaping flexibility. And so playing with the attack, decay and the pitch amount, you can kind of create nice FM-ish type of sound. Maybe go. Obviously, if you go with longer value, you get more kind of classic LFO, but if you stay close to 0, you get very sharp, fast. And yeah, now you can be a bit more subtle if you want. And you can change the waveform, maybe go with the square. And if you are a bit more subtle, you just add a little character, but you can get a little bit more crazier. You could also actually modulate the wave, so kind of pulse width modulation. Okay, we're gonna keep the same patch. We're gonna remove the modulation, the loop. And we have our square waveform. We're gonna go back to triangle. Alright, and now we're gonna talk about the hard sync mode. So what is hard sync? Basically oscillator 2 get its phase locked to oscillator 1. So I'm not gonna get too deep into it. I'll throw the manual information and definition on the screen if you wanna dig into it. But here's what matters when using hard sync. First, you have to make sure that oscillator 2 pitch is higher than oscillator 1. So the easiest way is to basically have oscillator 1 at the 8th octave and oscillator 2 an octave upper. We're gonna put triangle. You can see oscillator 2 is an octave upper. Now here when I change the pitch, the kind of the detune of oscillator 2, how it sounds without the hard thing. You get this classic detune. Now we're gonna do the same but with hard sync on, and you're gonna hear. You already hear like how the triangle start to sound a little bit like a sawtooth now. And you can hear that this change of completely different tone happening, like you're going way much away from a triangle waveform and creating very different tones. Obviously the pitch goes up, but and now you're here, you can go back, bring the octave. Maybe you can play an octave. And you can obviously change the waveform, you don't need to stay with the triangle. I use the triangle because it was the one which is the easier to hear and understand the hard thing, but we can go with the square. Now one thing which is interesting is if I modulate the pitch with my hand, add movement. So that could be interesting to modulate this with LFO. So you can basically modulate the pitch, but the pitch is quite like a very wide range where you want to really modify just the frequency so you get a more precise modulation. So you don't really have frequency as destination here. So in order to do that, you just hold destination and you press and you turn this knob here. So now destination is mapped to frequency. And we can, here is actually still on envelope, we're gonna use the triangle LFO. Maybe. And now you can start to play and really get weird, interesting tone. We can use the chip from before and use actually the envelope here. And obviously we can this time also use it in loop mode. Maybe we go higher. And now you have to be very gentle with the decay attack and the mod amount to kind of find sweet spot. Maybe we can add some legato. So yeah, that's leave you a lot of way to explore very different harmonically rich tones that are different than your classic waveform you have originally. Alright, and for the final tip, so I'm gonna bring back everything to the minimum. So like this, we are resetting everything. Okay, once all my knobs are in this position, you can just press in it. Up, it resets back to normal. So here what we're gonna do actually, we're gonna remove our oscillator and we're gonna use a trick that basically works on any synth, but it's particularly interesting on the Moog Sub37 because it got few unique features. So the idea is to basically bypass the oscillator and we're gonna use the filter as oscillator, and the way to do that is to make you filter self-resonating. So not all synthesizer does that, but most of them do that when you crank up the resonance to the maximum, and then now you're gonna do a sweeping with the filter. And by default you can already hear the pitch changing depending on where you press. This is because you got the key tracking on. If you put it to 0, you can hear that all notes play the same, but if you put, for example, to 1, now the lower the note, the lower the filter, and the lower the actual note that is generating by the filter. So obviously if you want maybe something a little bit more out of the key and weirder, that's something to play with. So like this, yeah, you are not really fitting in the normal scale. You're like getting nice kind of micro tuning vibe. Now one thing I like to do with the Moog is to use the 6 dB slope, and you get a kind of brighter sound. We're gonna actually kind of get this kind of weird vibe. Now if you want to make it a little bit dirtier, you can actually add noise. So if you wanted to play something a bit more melodic, kind of, we can go back to our weird. Now obviously if you want to make things even dirtier, the easiest way on the Moog is to use the feedback. I can accentuate that. The multi-drive also. And if you want to really make it scream, now the interesting thing is you can also modulate actually the filter with an envelope, so you can get this kind of classic pitch envelope. So if you have no sustain, no release, no attack, and just a bit of GK, you get this clicky sound. But if you crank up the GK, you can kind of create a classic laser sound. Now if you wanna be more like, let's remove actually the if you want to be a bit more melodic, you could go back to key tracking. To make you sound a little bit pluckier, we're gonna bring back the messiness. And actually we're gonna use our envelope again in the loop mode like I showed it before. That's why I wanted to show you this loop envelope trick, because you can really use it in a lot of different ways. And now we can get even crazier. Let's bring back the key tracking. And yeah. Okay, you get the idea. You can get very experimental and really get out of the classic drummy sound using all of this technique. And yep, hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.